Morning, afternoon, good evening, whenever you're seeing my face or hearing my voice. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. A thirsty Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, or Pajama Grandma. You can call me Pajama Grandma. If you haven't met me or seen me or heard my voice yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. That way I know it's the first time that you're being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. And it can be a shock sometimes. Don't be too shocked. I'm just me. And I'm pretty harmless for the most part. Unless, of course, you do something to one of my children, then I might be a mama bear. Yes, definitely a mama bear. So I'm sitting here thinking about my day and what I'm going to do. Starting, just going through my morning routine, sipping my coffee, watching the cats and dogs. The dog's sleeping in the chair, the cats are climbing everywhere, which is what cats do. At least cats in my house. They are climbing cats. I have two, and they have a constant contest to see who can get up the highest in the house. And we have really high ceilings, so it's really fun. One likes to get in the rafters. If she gets into the mechanical room, she's discovered a way to get in between the floors. She can climb up into the rafters. And one day I heard her, I couldn't find her. I could hear her meowing, but I couldn't find her anywhere. And I realized I had gone into the mechanical room for something and left the door partway open. And she had gotten in there, climbed up these shelves, and gotten into the rafters between the two floors. And she was running around in and out of there. Well, she had gotten up and in there, but she didn't know how to get down. So that was a little experience. And it was really funny now that I look back on it. Now, she's done it about 2 more times since then. But when I hear meowing and I can't find her, I know that somebody left the door to the mechanical room open. So we try not to do that, but every once in a while, somebody forgets. So as I'm thinking about what I'm going to do today and what happened yesterday. Yesterday I went to visit my almost 99-year-old grandma with my sisters and my aunt and my mom. And she is doing very well. I mean, she's almost 100 years old, 99. She'll be 99 October 3rd. And just phenomenal. Amazing how healthy and how vibrant she is. But she is in an assisted living place. And so we like to go see her and break her out of there. Probably about once every 2 weeks for sure. But it's best if we can get there every week, but sometimes it's hard. So she's about 2 hours away from all of us. And I think it's harder to coordinate all of us in our schedules than it is to actually go the 2 hours to go see her. But we had a great day with her. We had a great lunch with her. And that meant I didn't really do much for my business yesterday. And I was okay with that. But when I got home, I did a demonstration video I'm working on the book Expert Secrets. I'm going to reach for that. And I'm actually breaking that down in a day-by-day. What do you really need to do to put this into effect and make it work in your life? Coaching and mastermind group. And I've got a group that we're going through that together. Excuse me, I have to cough. Tickly throat, which is why I need the coffee. Actually, I just need to finish my lemon water. But I got home and I decided, well, I'm going to do the next stage in the video because I'm walking people through a live webinar demonstration. I'm showing them screen by screen, click by click, how I actually create that live webinar funnel for myself and for my clients, and then how I'm teaching my students to do it. So I recorded the video and went through it and did my merry thing. And then I said, well, I'm going to hop off and get on a webinar now. Well, with Be Live, you have to hit the end broadcast. There's 2 buttons you have to hit, and I only hit the one. I didn't hit the second one. So then you've got me going like this, touching my nose, la-di-da-di-da, sitting around and fidgeting around for 28 minutes at the end of that video because I forgot to hit that second button, which is kind of humorous. I don't think that I've ever done that before. Isn't it funny how we can always find new ways to make mistakes and mess things up? Me, especially with technology, I'm always coming up with some silly thing. So I'm going to have to edit that today and cut off the end of that, but it was a Facebook Live, so I'm not sure. I might have to enlist the help of an editing specialist to figure out how to take that video and cut the end off, because nobody needs to watch me fidgeting and listening to and reacting to the cool stuff in a webinar. And actually, for part of it, I didn't watch it. I just noticed it was on there because when I switched off the webinar a little early, I noticed that my screen was still up, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still live. And I went in and looked at it on my Facebook and just kind of started laughing. But I didn't watch all of it, so if I'm doing anything ridiculous, I apologize in advance if anyone happens to catch that before I get it edited. But I'm going to have somebody chop the end of that off because it's just silly. And I need it to go into my Expert Secrets product class for my students, so I don't want to keep that in there. But it just goes to show you, every day we learn something new, and we learn not only what to do, but what not to do, you know. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done something stupid on camera or forgot to turn their camera off or their phone off. Not their phone, I was actually on my computer doing that. And I wanted to listen to the webinar, so, you know, it was interesting. And it's a webinar about bots, which I find fascinating, but I already know that bots and messenger bots are a shiny object for me, and I do not want to go down this rabbit hole. And why I was watching that webinar is these guys actually have an agency that will have people do that part of it for you. So I'm going to have them do bots for me, and I'm going to probably refer my clients that are interested in bots to them as well, because I don't need to know how to do everything. That's one of those things that I think I'm fascinated by them. I think they're fantastic and interesting, but I also know that that takes me off my area of expertise, and it's just another detailed thing that I could probably spend a month or two on learning and mastering and doing for people, but I don't really want to do it for people, so I'm just saying no. I'm saying, yep, I'm going to explore who's the best person to do this for me and my folks, and then I will leave it at that and leave some things to people that are more expert at that area than I am. I do the same thing with Facebook ads. I actually spent quite a bit of time learning how and understanding and knowing how to do Facebook ads. But there are a gazillion people out there that love and live to do Facebook ads. So I don't need to do them for myself. When I want to do Facebook ads, I call on one of my specialists and one of my friends, and I say, this is what I want to do it for me. And I let them run with it because I know that I can do it, but it takes a lot of my time and energy, more time and energy than I need to devote to that activity, and I should go do something else. So that was a little embarrassing, but lesson learned. Hit both end broadcast buttons. And actually the real lesson is get someone else that edits and does your videos for you so that you don't have to remember to do everything yourself. But I'm still going to always create my own content. So there's things like that I need to learn and I need to remember. So today I will do another installment in that video series of how to actually do and create your live webinar funnel. And I'm pretty finished with page 1, and so we'll go on to the other pages for that webinar funnel. But page 1 takes the longest for me because that's the one where I do all the designs and decide everything in the colors and the copy and the tone and the look and feel of everything. And once I get that set, that is what takes me the longest when it comes to building a funnel or building an online presence, is coming up with those features, the design features and the look and feel and the copy and everything. Those things take me personally the longest to do because I put the most planning and effort into them. So I'm going to do that today. Done my pieces of content. I have some catching up to do with my posting into my email sequences. And I need to make an offer today because I'm doing an offer day in June. I don't know what it's going to be today. I haven't decided, but I'll come up with something because it's really fun. It's not my area of strength to make offers and be selling, and so I challenged myself earlier this month to make some kind of an offer every single day. And an offer can be as simple as a call to action. So I can make calls to action all day long. I'm getting better at them. But there again, it was something I needed to practice and get better at. And that's what our lives are all about, is practicing and getting better at and putting ourselves out there and doing new things and taking action and just being ourselves. So that's a very meandering what I'm up to now today, but I'm going to go get to it. I wish you a fantastic day. Looks like it's going to rain here, and I'm okay with that because when I have days I want to do certain things, I don't mind if it rains. It makes me feel good about what I'm working on or reading or studying versus I should be outside in the sunshine and enjoying nature. I will see you tomorrow with another update in my new adventure. Hopefully I will not have screwed up any technology today, and it'll be a shorter report tomorrow. Bye. Have an awesome day. Pajama Grandma out.